Kia ora. Tonight in this edition of City News, Mayor Kevin Winters officially opens the Rotorua Business Hall of Fame. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council addresses concerns that some parts of the grounded arena may be left on the reef. And Sam Sutton is back home after successfully defending the Extreme Kayaking World title. Mayor Kevin Winters officially opened the Rotorua Business Hall of Fame last night at Council. 6 local business people were inducted into the hall, including Joe LeGroux, the Agridome's Warren Harford and Business Person of the Year this year, Judith Stanway. Mayor Winters says it's the right time to set up the hall to honour our business leaders.
As we've had a number of recipients now for the Red Stag Business Person of the Year, we wanted to make a collective place of what are we going to do with these montages of people in terms of their contribution to Rotorua. So we decided a Business Hall of Fame was the best way to do it, and then where do you put a Business Hall of Fame? And then I thought the best place to do it is in council chambers in the Galleria, the business part of the public part of council chambers. This is where all our decisions are made. This is where these people have been to many functions. So it was just really appropriate that we dedicate this hall to the Hall of Fame.
It's a natural progression almost, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was an easy decision to make in the end.
Also inducted into the Business Hall of Fame were the late Phil Very and Scott Thompson. And staying with business, Chamber of Commerce CEO Roger Gordon says last week's business awards were the best yet. Mr Gordon says despite tough conditions in the marketplace, Rotorua businesses and business people showed they have what it takes to succeed. He says that success comes from the hard work of a team from the top down.
You probably noticed that when the winners come up, we actually encourage that they bring their team up.
And they did.
And they did.
Yes.
And sometimes, particularly with the winner, the stage was full with 20-odd people on stage up there to receive the award. But that's important because that recognises that any business, any company, is a group of people.
Yes.
And it's a group of people from the people that are managing to the people that are doing and really are the essential lifeblood of any business.
And Carly Jackson meets with 2 Business Award winners later in tonight's City News. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council has addressed concern by some in the community that parts of the grounded arena may be left on the reef. Local Hapu and Iwi have also said they don't want any part of the arena left on the reef and say they're committed to fighting the idea. Regional Council Chief Executive Mary Ann McLeod says recent announcements about the ultimate fate of the arena wreck have raised questions about the process that would be followed if the owners applied for a consent to leave the wreck and any debris on the reef. Ms McLeod says a full and robust statutory process would be followed if a consent application was lodged for any part of the arena to remain. She says if a consent application was received on behalf of the arena owners, it would be publicly notified to give the public every opportunity to express any concerns through the statutory process under the Resource Management Act. And the annual Pink Walk is on again, coming up this year on Wednesday the 31st. Health promoter June Grant says the Pink Walk is about breast cancer awareness and about supporting our local cancer health services. And she says the sponsored walk is a lot of fun.
It's a short walk, it's through the government gardens, and you dress in pink and you honour and acknowledge all of those people with breast cancer or those who have passed, and those in our community that need to be aware of what they need to do to avoid getting breast cancer. It's a fabulous night.
And June Grant says money raised from the Pink Walk stays locally to help families affected by breast cancer. And in sport tonight, local kayakers Sam Sutton and Mike Dawson have taken first and third at the World Extreme title event in Austria. It's Sam's 3rd consecutive World Extreme title and Dawson's 4th top 3 placing. Mike Dawson went into the race as top qualifier and had the chance to snatch the title, but a slight error on the bottom rapid cost him a chance of grabbing his first title at the prestigious event. Sutton says the title was the toughest to win as he was up against the best field he'd ever raced. And there's just a short rest for Sam Sutton, who's already back in town operating his business, Rotorua Rafting, and preparing for next week's Pre-Worlds Whitewater Rafting Championship happening right here in Rotorua. To the weather now, Rotorua, brought to you by Trevor Robson Signs and Graphics Limited. Tonight, good news, fine weather with southwesterly breezes, an overnight low of a little chilly 3 degrees. Tomorrow for Friday, fine again, evening cloud, northerlies developing, a high of 18 and a low of 8. And forward to the weekend, Saturday, periods of rain, strong northwesterlies, a high of 16 and a low of 10. And to the marine forecast for Lake Rotorua, northerlies 10 knots developing late morning, rising to 15 knots late afternoon, waves less than half a metre. Fine weather though, with a little bit of cloud increasing at night. And don't forget, for program listings and other info, check out our website, that's tvrotorua.co.nz. And still to come in tonight's program, Carly Jackson meets with two of the winners from Friday night's Westpac Business Excellence Awards, and Alan Solomon talks with Labour MP Phil Twyford about his time with Oxfam New Zealand.